When you're lying in bed, unable to fall asleep, why not watch an episode of stress-relieving, sleep-inducing snow building? He is the Terminator for those who suffer from late-night insomnia, guaranteed to help you drift peacefully into dreamland after watching. Quickly, rest your right foot on your left, grab your phone with around 60% battery, and join the wilderness boy in slowly enjoying this soothing process. In Freljord, where temperatures plunge below -20 degrees Celsius, a man carrying a full set of construction equipment and his beloved dog, named Odwum Weavine, Enieltwun Wiwum Benosafa, let's just call him Wayne, finds himself unemployed with nothing to do at home, so he decides to take a walk in the snowy weather to clear his mind. But the warning sign here indicates that this forest is extremely dangerous, often frequented by bears and wolves. Considering his own safety, he quickens his pace, intending to find a suitable spot to settle for the night. Coincidentally, 2 trees ahead catch Wayne's attention. He immediately decides to set up camp here for the night. He lays out all the equipment he brought with him. Since the weather is inexplicably freezing, Wayne's teeth chatter uncontrollably. Thus, he decides to assemble the hearth from his sister-in-law's house first. After all, having a warm hearth to warm his hands will speed up the shelter construction. Once the hearth is assembled, he gathers some thin, dry branches and stuffs them into the hearth. After striking a match a few times, a small flame ignites and blazes inside the hearth, bringing a touch of warmth to the cold wilderness. Since his dog is freezing unbearably, Wayne places it near the hearth to warm up. The dog probably has 10,000 complaints in its mind. "You had to bring me along to suffer with you. So annoying." By now, the sky is gradually darkening, so he must quickly arrange a place to stay for the night. He collects 4 small poles and uses wild iron nails to fix them to the tree trunks. With that, the outline of a shelter takes shape. He then uses plastic wrap to make a sleeping area for himself. After wrapping it around a few times, he gets a Simmons mattress for the night. Next, he seals the roof and walls with plastic wrap. After all, he's only staying here temporarily for 1 night. So, 只要能有个防风防雪保温保命的地方即可. As long as it's windproof, snowproof, warm, and life-saving, it'll do. Wayne wraps layer after layer, spinning around like magic, and in no time, the shelter is complete. By now, it's completely dark. Wayne cuts an opening in the plastic wrap and crawls into the shelter to sleep. Since the night air is extremely cold, Wayne doesn't bother to fill his stomach, spreads out his sleeping bag, takes his dog, and falls fast asleep. The next morning, a thin layer of snow has accumulated outside. Wayne wakes up from his warm sleeping bag. Because he heard many wild animal howls last night, he decides he must abandon the plastic wrap shelter for his safety. He lights the hearth and bakes a large flatbread, washes it down with some soy milk to fill his stomach, then grabs his small pickaxe to find another spot. Coincidentally, a small hill ahead seems like a favorable location, so he decides to build a new home there. Since Freljord is perpetually ravaged by heavy snow, the soil here is extremely hard, making the digging process very strenuous for Wayne. But for the sake of his safety, this bit of hardship is nothing to him. He even hangs a camping light to continue working through the night. In the blink of an eye, it's the next morning. The sunlight is particularly glaring today. After a night of hard digging, the entrance is now clearly defined. He then digs leftward to create a resting area, large enough for himself and his dog. Honestly, Wayne is quite remarkable. Alone, with just a pickaxe, he hollows out a cave in the hillside. I'm utterly impressed. It's now lunchtime, so he needs to eat something to replenish his energy. Wayne tosses some wild potatoes into the fire to roast and bakes a flatbread. 10 minutes later, a simple lunch is ready. For Wayne and his dog, what they eat doesn't matter as long as their bellies are full. With his stomach filled, Wayne resumes his construction work.
He gathers some small poles from the back hill. Since such a small cave is prone to collapse, Wayne worries about the risk, so he prepares some small wooden stakes and drives them next to the logs to secure them, creating a support frame. He lays another layer of small poles above the entrance. This not only significantly reduces the risk of collapse, but also serves as the shelter's doorframe, killing two birds with one stone. Next, Wayne continues repairing the interior. Due to the prolonged digging, soil is piled up everywhere inside. To solve this problem, he installs two wooden stakes at the shelter's entrance, driving them firmly into the ground to serve as supports for a transport track. He then fixes two longer logs as rails. Finally, he assembles small wooden sticks, and in no time, a wooden basket is ready. He can now start transporting the soil out. Wayne is quite clever. I heard he's an overseas disciple of Lu Ban. Whether true or not, I'm not sure. But judging by his construction skills, it's somewhat believable. As he roughs out the bed's shape, the interior begins to take form. After the last load of soil is transported out, a rough shelter is complete. But it's pitch dark inside with very poor lighting. So Wayne uses wooden sticks pinje joined together and adds plastic film to make a simple, small window. He then pokes around randomly with a stick and creates an opening that connects to the outside for light. He then installs the small window, and a simple light and ventilation providing window is done. Finally, he pokes a small hole in the roof to install the hearth's exhaust pipe. After completing these small tasks, of course, a secure door is a must. Using logs and wild iron nails, he quickly makes a sturdy door and installs it. Now, he doesn't have to worry about bears or wolves disturbing him at night. But the interior walls are still rough, with soil occasionally falling off. To solve this age-old problem, Wayne plans to give the interior a Jing Drongsiu high-end renovation. He takes prepared insulation cotton and attaches it sheet by sheet to the walls. This prevents soil from falling and keeps the interior warm and comfortable, instantly turning it from a rough shelter into a luxurious, renovated space. But sleeping directly on soil can cause rheumatism, so the bed and floor need some work. Wayne cuts logs into round wooden boards. These will be the main materials for the bed and floor. He then lays the boards, piece by piece, on the bed platform, effective gurgia blocking moisture from the bed. The floor can't be neglected either. It also needs to be evenly covered with wooden boards. With that, this little cave dwelling starts to look proper. After all this, Wayne lays out a thermal pad and sleeping bag and lies down to rest quietly. After resting a while, Wayne remembers he forgot to install the hearth. He swiftly assembles the hearth, attaches the exhaust pipe, and the hearth inexplicably bursts into flames. He also heats a pot of mountain spring water for himself and waits quietly for the tea to brew. While waiting, Wayne isn't idle. Due to long hours of labour, he's exhausted. Fortunately, he can put the oil drum he brought to use. In no time, Wayne makes a simple bathtub. After setting up the bathtub, the sky has darkened, so Wayne takes his dog back to the shelter, pours himself a cup of hot tea, and can now hold his dog while sipping tea. After downing a cup of hot tea, Wayne drifts beautifully into dreamland. In the blink of an eye, it's the next day. Through the window, Wayne sees that snow has fallen. He quickly goes outside, scoops the snow into the bathtub, and once the tub is full, happily lights a fire beneath it to melt and heat the snow for a hot bath. Then he returns to the shelter, kneads the flour into dough balls, rolls them into thick dough sheets, and bakes them on the hearth for today's breakfast. After that, he changes into a short-sleeved shirt and shorts and jumps into the tub, leisurely soaking in the hot water. It's clear Wayne is thoroughly enjoying himself. After 3 days of work, his body is sore and aching, and this washes away all the fatigue. After bathing, Wayne changes into clean clothes and falls sound asleep on the bed.